What's going on, guys? It's Greg here, aka NYPrepper. In this video, I'm going to test the penetration of some 44 Magnum full metal jacket ammunition, and I'm going to be shooting it at some Douglas fir 2x10s. These are standard Douglas fir 2x10 framing joists that I've cut to about 18 inches long and screwed together, and I'm going to shoot this 44 Magnum full metal jacket ammunition into these Douglas fir 2x10s to see how many 2x10s the 44 Magnum full metal jacket can penetrate through. And the ammunition that I'm going to be using is some Underwood ammo, 245 grain full metal jacket, traveling at 1,450 feet per second as per the box, and out of my Smith & Wesson Model 629 Performance Center N-frame 44 Magnum snub nose revolver with a 2 5/8 inch barrel. I'm most likely getting between 1,250 feet per second and 1,300 feet per second. And I want to evaluate this ammo to see if it's good enough to use for bear defense. It has moderate recoil, and I want to compare the penetration of this load to some classic 44 Magnum bear loads, specifically the 300 grain hard cast bear load that's offered by several companies and also is popular amongst hand loaders. Now, I've tested the Underwood ammo 305 grain hard cast bear load, and that one was able to penetrate through 4 Douglas fir 2x10s. And I've also tested the Buffalo Bore 265 grain monometal, which was able to penetrate through 3.5 2x10s. So I'm just curious how this 245 grain full metal jacket will compare with the classic 44 Magnum bear loads, the 300 grain hard cast bullet, traveling at around 1,300 feet per second. If you guys haven't seen my penetration tests with that load, I'll leave a link up above. So after the test is over, I'm going to pull the bullets out of the wood and we're going to see if there's any deformation. And I'm also going to measure the weight retention. And I have several other tests planned for this ammunition in different types of media to evaluate how effective it would be as a bear load. So stay tuned to my channel for these videos coming in the near future. And I've already done a test with sheetrock with this ammunition, so I'll leave a link up above if you want to check that video out. But I have several other videos planned with this ammunition, and I really want to evaluate it to see how effective it would be for bear defense. It has moderate recoil, and I think that's a big plus when it comes to bear defense. Having too much recoil can be bad for flinching and follow-up shots, but having ammunition that's a little bit more moderate recoil and you can get another round or two off before the bear closes the distance is always a plus. So let's see what happens, guys. Thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoy the video. All right, guys, welcome back to the NYPrepper Top Secret Ballistics Analysis Lab in rural Pennsylvania. I got the wood here. I want to go through each board and show you exactly what happened, but I'm pleased to announce that the 44 Magnum 245 grain full metal jacket from Underwood Ammunition traveling at 1,450 feet per second penetrated through 4 Douglas fir 2x10s, which is the same amount of penetration that I got with the Underwood Ammo 305 grain hard cast bear loads traveling at 1,350 feet per second, and also the same amount of penetration as the Buffalo Bore 300 grain hard cast traveling at 1,300 feet per second. So basically the 245 grain full metal jacket from Underwood Ammo has roughly the same amount of penetration as the 300 grain hard cast bear load that is ubiquitous among hand loaders and people in the big game hunting community who use that as a bear defense load. So I'm very happy with the results, and I'm going to do further testing with this ammunition in some other media as well to evaluate its effectiveness as a bear defense load. I think this is an excellent option, honestly, for bear defense so far based on my testing. It seems to be pretty hard. It doesn't deform, but I'm going to take the bullets out of the wood and I'm going to do a closer analysis with you guys, and we're going to look at the bullets together to see what happened. But I want to go through each board one by one. So here was the first board, and I tried to place my shots in areas that didn't have knots. You can see there was a knot here, a knot here, a knot down here. So I tried to shoot around the knots, and I took 3 shots just to make sure I got a good solid test. And these are the exit holes from the first board. Okay, not really too noticeable. Okay, here's the second board. All right, nice big holes. Look at how big these holes are, guys. Even though these bullets are non-expanding, this is a 40 caliber hole here. So anything you hit with a 40 caliber bullet is going to have a big hole in it, whether it's expanding or non-expanding, and that's going to create a lot of blood and cause a lot of damage, okay? Even if it's non-expanding. There's the exit holes on the second board. Here we have the third board. All right. Nice, beautiful 40 caliber holes. All 3 went through the third board. There's the exit holes on the third board. It's interesting, this one exit hole here, you could barely even tell that this was shot. Look at that. It's a very small exit hole on this one. Very interesting. Seems like the exit holes got smaller as the bullets penetrated deeper, which makes sense because the velocity was less, so it has less of a transfer of energy and less of a shock effect. And here we have the fourth board, penetrated through the fourth board. Nice, beautiful 40 caliber holes here, penetrated in a straight line. Look at this beautiful exit hole here. This is what we like to see. No tumbling, no weird things going on here. Just a perfect straight line penetration, guys. Okay, look at that. Beautiful holes here, beautiful exit holes. This is what we like to see. All right, so that was the fourth 2x10. Now we have the fifth 2x10, and you can see they all got stuck in the fifth one. Okay. And they're embedded in the fifth one. You can see the bases sticking out here. All right, I'll just show you guys a profile shot here so you can see that pretty much all of the bullet penetrated the fifth board, and really just a little bit of the bases are sticking out. So I'm going to pull these bullets out of the wood, and we're going to take a closer look now. I'm going to weigh them to see what kind of weight retention we got. I'm pretty sure we got 100% weight retention. I'm curious if there's any deformation on the nose of these bullets, and I'm guessing there probably won't be. But you know what's interesting is that even hard cast bullets will get some nose deformation, and the nose of a hard cast bullet will slightly deform and lose a little bit of its me-plat. And that's what a lot of people don't know about hard cast bullets. They think that hard cast bullets are like solids, and hard cast bullets are not like solids. They're still lead. They're just mixed with some zinc and antimony, so they're a little bit harder than lead, than pure lead, but they still do shed a little bit of their me-plat, and a little bit of the nose can get flattened out and deformed, which can slow down the penetration and reduce penetration and cause all kinds of different issues if you push a hard cast bullet too fast. But with FMJ, if the jacket is pretty thick, you can push these bullets to a pretty high velocity, and you don't have to worry about the nose deforming too much, which reduces penetration. So I'm going to pull these bullets out of the wood, and let's see what happened to the nose and see what kind of weight retention we got. So stay tuned. All right, guys, so I pulled the bullets out of the wood, and as you can see, they're pretty much intact. No major signs of deformation. The noses look really good. Look at these noses, guys. They're still pretty much the same. And one of them had slight deformation here. You can see it kind of bent a little bit over here. But for the most part, no deformation whatsoever in the noses of these 245 grain full metal jacket 44 Magnum bullets. These just look really good, and I think these are excellent bullets for moderate to large black bear. For grizzly bear, I guess it's better than nothing, but I would prefer to have a hard cast or something a little bit bigger than a 44 Magnum for a grizzly. But if you had nothing else, these might work for grizzly. What I'm actually going to do is I'm going to take a drill. I'm going to try to drill through the nose of this bullet here to see how thick the jacket is in the nose. It seems to be pretty thick in the nose area because there was no deformation in the nose, as you can see. But around the bearing surface, it seems to be quite thin, because I actually dented a little bit of the bullet here when I was trying to get it out, and some of the jacket got scratched here, and looks pretty thin around the bearing surface area, but the nose looks pretty thick. The jacket material looks pretty thick around the nose, and also the base looks pretty thick as well. So I'm going to try to take a drill and drill through the nose to see how thick the jacket material is in the nose. But look at these bullets, guys, just beautiful. This is exactly what you want to see for a bear load. There's an up-close shot. Look at the rifling marks there. But these noses look really good. And I'm going to compare it to a live round here, so you can see compared to the fresh round. Okay, the noses look pretty much the same. All right, some slight, very slight deformation in one of the bullets. You can see a little bit of a dent right there, but all in all, looks pretty good. Now I want to just compare these to some 305 grain hard casts that I recovered from a different test that I did. This was a test with some heavy duty 3/4 inch plywood, and these are 305 grain hard cast bullets, and you can see how the nose on a hard cast bullet gets smeared, okay, and it loses its shape. Meanwhile, the full metal jacket maintains its flat me-plat, and you see how the hard cast, the nose gets smeared and messed up. All right, you can see that the nose just loses its me-plat quite a bit, and meanwhile the full metal jacket maintains its nose shape. So that's very important for penetration. See the difference there, guys? Huge difference. So I'm going to try to drill through the nose of this bullet here and see how thick the jacket is at the nose, but it looks pretty thick. Here's the other 305 grain hard cast from the 3/4 inch plywood test that I did, and I'll attach a link up above if you want to check that out. But you can see how the nose got a little bit messed up. Okay, and that's what happens with hard cast bullets. They are hard to a certain degree, but they're not as hard as copper. Okay, they're still mostly lead. They just have a little bit of zinc and antimony in them. All right, so I'd say so far this is a success. I'm very happy with the performance of this Underwood Ammo 245 grain full metal jacket. I think it's a great load for black bear up to 600 pounds. I think even for a grizzly it could work. But I'm going to do some further testing on these bullets and with this loading. So stay tuned to my channel for those tests. And I'm going to get my reloading scale now, and I'm going to weigh these bullets and see what kind of weight retention we got. But I'm pretty sure we got 100% weight retention. And stay tuned. At the end of the video, I'm going to show you guys my progress with drilling through the nose of this bullet to see how well constructed this bullet is. So that'll be pretty cool. Alright guys, so I got my reloading scale and we're going to weigh these bullets. I was able to drill a hole into this one bullet here, and I want to show you guys what it looks like. So I was able to drill a hole right into the nose and also onto the side of the me-plat, and looks like standard thickness on the jacket. There's a good shot of the jacket. I'm not sure if you guys can really see, but so I'm going to weigh these bullets now. First, I'm going to just double check my scale. So I'm going to calibrate my scale, make sure that it's zeroed out. It says pass, and we'll just double check. 100.1, this is a 100 gram weight here, so we know we're good to go. We'll switch back to grains. 245 exactly, 100% weight retention. That's exactly what we want to see. Look at that, guys, beautiful. Let's check the other one now. 244.1. So very good results with these bullets, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm going to do more testing with these bullets and with these loads, so stay tuned to my channel. You can always browse my 44 Magnum playlist and my other ballistics playlists. I'll leave some links up above. Take care, God bless, and don't forget the 3 Ps. Prepare, practice, and persevere.